lesson what is culture. We have started with the reading. It is lesson by Nehru, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who has given his views that what should be a culture like. Now let's do the reading. Continue with the reading. Thus, culture means the individual human being or race or nation must necessarily have certain depth and certain roots somewhere. They do not count for much unless they have roots in the past, which past is after all the accumulation of generations of experience and some type of wisdom. It is essential that you have that. Otherwise, you become just same type of wisdom. It is essential that you have that. Otherwise, you become some type of pale copies of something which has no real meaning to you as an individual or as a group. On the other hand, one cannot live in roots alone. Even roots wither unless they come out in the sun and free air. Only then can the roots give us a sustenance. Only then can there be branching out and a flowering. How then are you to balance these two essential factors? It is very difficult because some people think a great deal about the flowers and the leaves on the branches, forgetting that they only flourish because there is stout root to sustain them. Others think so much of the roots that no flowers or leaves or branches are left. There is only thick stem somewhere. So, the question is how one is to achieve a balance. Thus, culture means some inner growth in the man? Of course, it must. Does it mean the way he behaves to others? Certainly, it must. Does it mean the capacity to understand to other person? I suppose so. Does it mean the capacity to make yourself understood by the person? I suppose so. It means all that. A person who cannot understand others' views point is to that extent limited in mind and culture, because nobody, perhaps barring some very extraordinary human beings, can presume to have fullest knowledge and wisdom. The other party or other group may also have some inkling knowledge or wisdom or truth, and if we shut our minds to that, then we cannot only deprive ourselves of it, we cultivate an attitude of mind which I would say is supposed to that of cultured man. The cultured mind, rooted in itself, should have its door and windows open. It should have the capacity to understand others' viewpoint fully, even though it cannot always agree with it. The question of agreement or disagreement only arises when you understand a thing. Otherwise, it is blind negation, which is not cultured approach to any question. I should like to use another word, science. यहाँ पे उन्होंने कहा है कल्चर को जो है वो एक ट्री से रिलेट करके बताया कि जैसे एक ट्री की जड़ें मजबूत होती है, उसी तरह कल्चर है जो हमारे को एक मजबूत ग्रोथ की तरफ ले जाता है. अगर जड़ें मजबूत हो झाड़ की तो उसके फूल, उसकी पत्तियाँ, सब कुछ बहुत ही अच्छे रहेंगे, एक ट्री स्ट्रॉन्ग रहेगा. उसी तरह अगर हमारा कल्चर स्ट्रॉन्ग है तो उसकी आने वाली जनरेशन्स भी बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग रहेगी. I should like to analyze another word, science. What is scientific approach to life's problem? I suppose it is one of examining everything, of seeking truth by trial and error and by experiment, or saying that this must be so, but trying to understand why it is so, and if one is convinced of it, of accepting it, of having the capacity to change one's nation the moment some other proof is forthcoming, of having an open mind which tries to imbibe the truth wherever it is found. It If that is culture, how far is represented in the modern world and in the nations of today? Obviously, it was represented more, that it is many of our problems, national and international, would be so far easier to solve. Almost every country in the world believes that it is some special dispensation from the providence, that it is chosen people or race, and that others, whether they are not good or bad or somewhat inferior creatures. It is extraordinary that how this kind of feeling persists in all nations of the East as well as in the West without exception. The nations of the East are strongly entrenched in their own ideas and convictions, and sometimes in their own sense of superiority about certain matters. Anyhow, in the course of last 200 or 300 years, they have received many knocks on the head, and they have been humiliated, they have been debased, and they have been exploited. And so, in spite of their feeling that they were superior in many ways, they were forced to admit that they could be knocked about and exploited. To some extent, this brought a sense of realism to them. There was also attempt to escape from reality by saying that it is sad that we were not so advanced in material and technical things. Nevertheless, we were superior in essential things, in spiritual things, in moral values. I have no doubt that spiritual things and moral values are ultimately more important than other things, but the way one finds escape in the thought that one is spiritually superior simply because one is superior in material and physical sense is surprising. It does not follow by means. It is an escape from facing up the causes of one's degradation. अब इसमें देखा है कि कभी कभी कोई ह्यूमिलेटेड फील करता है. क्यों ह्यूमिलेटेड फील करता है? क्योंकि हो सकता है वो एक सेंस में उसमें कुछ चीज़ों की कमी हो, तो उसमें एक कॉम्प्लेक्स आ जाता है, इन्फीरियोरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स. तो सुपीरियोरिटी और इन्फीरियोरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स जो है वो इंसान को थोड़ा सा कम और ज़्यादा की भावना डेवलप कर देता है. हमारी मटेरियल नीड्स जो है, हमारी फिज़िकल सेंस में जो है, तो हमारी जो ज़रूरत है वो कई बार हमको अपनी रियलिटी से थोड़ा सा हट के सोचने में मजबूर कर देती है, और कई बार हम गुड या बैड में डिफ्रेंशिएट नहीं कर पाते. तो इसी तरह से हम सुपीरियर और इन्फीरियर में भेदभाव कर लेते हैं. नेशनलिज्म ऑफ कोर्स इज़ अ curious phenomena which at certain stage in country's history gives life, growth, strength and unity at the same time. It has tendency to limit one because one thinks of one's country as something different from the rest of the world. The perspective changes and one is continuously thinking of one's own struggles and virtues and failings to the exclusion of other thoughts. The result is that the same nationalism, which is a symbol of growth for people, becomes a symbol of cessation of the growth of the mind. Nationalism, when it becomes successful, sometimes goes on spreading in an aggressive way and becomes a danger internationally. Whatever line of thought you follow, you arrive at the conclusion that some kind of balance must be found, otherwise something that was good can turn into evil. Evil यानी बुरा. Culture is essentially good becomes not only static but aggressive and something that breeds conflict and hatred when looked at from wrong point of view. How you are to find a balance, I do not know. Apart from political and economic problems of the age, perhaps this is the greatest problem today, because behind it there is a tremendous conflict in the spirit of man and tremendous search for something which it cannot find. We turn economic theories because they have an undoubted importance. It is folly to talk of culture or even of God when human beings starve and die. Before one can talk about anything else, one must provide the normal essentials of life to human beings. That is where economics come in. Human beings today are not in mood to tolerate the suffering and starvation and inequality. When they say that the burden is not equally shared. Other profits while only they bear the burden. इसमें उन्होंने इक्वालिटी की बात की है, इक्वालिटी अनइक्वालिटी की बात की है कि हमारे में अच्छा और बुरे की भावना जो है वो कई बार हमारे को बहुत ज़्यादा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स में ले आती है, यानी हमारे अलग अलग व्यूज़ जो है वो हमारे में बहुत गलत भावनाएं भी पैदा कर देती है। तो अभी जो है कल्चर वो बहुत ही एक अलग तरह के लेवल पे चल रहा है, पॉलिटिकल या इकोनॉमिक लेवल पे बोलो तो वहाँ पर भी अलग अलग तरह के इश्यूज़ होते हैं और उससे कई बार हेट्रेड भी डेवलप हो जाती है, यानी नफ़रत की भावना भी हो जाती है। तो हमारे को जो है इनइक्वालिटीज़, सफ़रिंग्स, इन सब मूड स्विंग्स जो होते हैं, इन सब चीज़ों को एक अच्छी तरह से हैंडल करके एक अच्छे प्रॉफिटेबल मैनर पे इसको डील करना चाहिए ताकि किसी पर बर्डन न हो और किसी को इसका गलत फ़ायदा ना हो। नेशनलिज़म यानी हमारे देश के प्रति जो हमारी भावना है, हमारे देश के प्रति जो प्रेम है, उसमें हमारे देश के लिए हमारी स्ट्रेंथ बनना चाहिए, हमको ग्रोथ के लिए हमारी स्ट्रेंथ बनना चाहिए, ना कि हमारे देश के प्रति हमारा कोई नुकसान हो। आज हम यहीं तक करेंगे। टेक केयर एंड हैव अ